Interesting things.
Windswept and Interesting was a title Archie Fisher, the folk singer, gave me many years ago in Methyl Steelworks Club in Fife. I'd been
Fife's just about 15 miles from me, over a little bridge. A little bridge.
playing and I was all hairy, and they saw me with my hippie gear on, all velvet and long hair and curls and
I love his glasses.
a beard. And he said, "You look windswept and interesting." And I said, "Of course I do." And I made it my aim to be windswept and interesting from then on in. These teddy boys are in a collection. They're green, yellow, blue and red. And they're just a teddy boy dancing with maracas. The maracas were very popular with the...
It sounds like it's hard for him to talk, to like use his throat, but yeah. But he's doing it.
60s to the 50s to allow the singer to look as if he played an instrument and to leap around. When I was a schoolboy, about 13 or 14, I saw a great teddy boy in the art galleries in Glasgow. I saw many teddy boys on the street, but this guy was amazing. He just was a teddy boy.
It just looks like a meme drawing, like, but it's big. It's in a frame.
From his head to his toes, his suede shoes and his soles, the beetle crushers, the drain pipe trousers, the drape jacket, velvet collar and cuffs, and an earring. I've never seen a man with an earring before.
I had my ears pierced when I was just a boy before primary school. It closed up. I can still feel the little tube.
He was with his girlfriend, she looked great as well. They were in the art galleries, they looked like an exhibit. I thought they were brilliant and I thought I'd like to be one of them, but by the time I got old enough, it was gone.
Aww.
Teddy boys were windswept and interesting. They chose their clothes to differ from everybody else in society. And that was the hippie thing as well. Just choosing your clothes, wearing policemen's capes and big hats with snakeskin bands.
Sounds like a different time. Or is it?
It was a good time.
I like Billy Connolly. The man who sued God. He's in that film, isn't he?
If you're going to depend on your Scottish nationality to get you along, you are in deep trouble.
People
He does look quite interesting there. Look at the pink shirt, whatever this design is, and then the green and blue plaid. That's Scottish.
If you're going to depend on your Scottish nationality to get you along, you are in deep trouble.
People with wee Loch Ness monsters on their mantelpiece. It's a load of tourist bollocks, just like the tartan.
You know, I don't have it on my passport. Occupation, Scottish, personality. But my Scottishness doesn't keep me alive. It doesn't buy my breakfast, I can assure you.
I've always liked spurrings, especially the big hairy ones.
Look at the way he plays that.
I've always liked spurrings, especially the big hairy ones. And I just wore it as a sort of up yours.
Well, that's the White Heather image gone, isn't it?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
If your biggest claim to fame is your nationality, I think you're in deep trouble.
When I did the London Palladium, I had Harry Lauder cut out with a space at his head that I put my head through. And I did Keep Right On Till the End of the Road. And then the lights went out and I stood back and the Harry Lauder went and I was standing there in my polka dot suit. And I said, I come to bury Lauder, not to praise him.
Wow.
When you're part of a nation of 5 million people, it's kind of odd. You can become, very, very quickly become a professional Scot. It's the easiest trap in the world, and it can happen not only to comedians and singers, but to writers, and I'm sure Sandy would agree, to artists.
Hearing a working class Scottish voice on national telly was like, boom, bizarre. I remember watching TV and turning it up really loudly in my mammy's wee black and white telly in Glasgow.
It's still really weird. See, when I'm watching TV, maybe it's something in America or something like that. When you hear a Scottish voice, your ear picks it up right away. What was I watching recently? Succession, the TV show. And the guy is apparently from Aberdeen or Dundee or something in the show, but he's got a right Scottish accent and all his kids speak American. It's interesting.
And gone, that guy talks like, this is amazing. He's got the exact same accent as me.
I used to say the same about Chick Murray. He was the first person I'd heard with a Scottish accent.
Oh, I have nothing against long noses. We have them in our family. They run in our family.
Chick had a profound effect on me. It really put me into gear. Because I wanted to be a comedian. I didn't know how you do it. You know, I didn't know who to ask. You don't go to the employment exchange and say, if you have any vacancies for comedians. So that did the trick. Then I just had to go and make my plan. I had to retire to my clacking, like my father before me.
What's a working class lad like you doing with a suit like that? Tom?
It's a sort of substitute for tattoos. I'm frightened to get a tattoo.
I'll never forget when class dawned on me. I was a cub.
He looks like a fretboard inlay on a guitar.
It's
It's laid with mother of pearl.
Tattoos. I'm frightened to get a tattoo.
I'll never forget when class dawned on me. I was a cub. I was in the Cubs and the Scouts. When I was in the Cubs, we used to do Bob a Job Week once a year. I lived down in Partick. I went up to Highbury Road and I knocked on doors. And then a woman asked me, go down and get me some anthracite. There was coal that was egg-shaped. So I got that and brought it back, and she seemed quite happy with that. But I remember thinking, God, they even have different names for coal up here. They're different from us. There's comfort in it, I think, in knowing that there's people beneath you, or thinking there's people beneath you. And you see it acted out even in the working class when they look at some poor immigrant and think he's below them. And
That's true. People always hear it's a Scottish thing. I don't know if it is everywhere, but the people starving in Africa. Makes your problem's not worth anything, you know? Or it makes you feel better knowing there's people beneath you.
I feel quite jolly about that. I don't know, it's a pathetic affair. I've never really felt like that myself. I think it's coming from an immigrant family from Ireland has boxed it into me that I shouldn't feel like that. I've never had the temptation. It's an irrelevance.
Yes, Billy. Another time, perhaps.